I've got the iPad mini 7th gen, or Apple calls the A17 Pro, in the studio. And my first impressions are, well, it's the same as the iPad mini 6. So right off the bat, if you have an iPad mini 6, no need to pick up the iPad mini 7. I actually do like this blue color. It's a very subtle blue. And, I kind of wish Apple did put in more ink, I guess, in their iPads, because they did it with the iPhone. I mean, imagine the iPhone 16 blue color in the iPad mini. That would have been phenomenal. But nonetheless, it's a new color for me, and I'm moving on from my purple iPad mini 6 right here. They got the inscription right here of the mini, and display is pretty much the same, same specs at least. And jelly scrolling for me wasn't an issue before, and here it's not too much of an issue either. Just looking at it on a first glance, it looks perfectly fine. I would have loved to have 120 hertz, but whatever. Apple Pencil Pro is right here. I literally picked it up because of the iPad mini 7 and not having support for the Pencil 2 right here, so oh well. There's also the A17 Pro, like I mentioned at the beginning. Apple calls it A17 Pro iPad, and 8 gigs of RAM. So it's going to work with Apple Intelligence whenever that does come out. Apparently it's going to come out at the end of the month, at least some of the features in the US. That's a whole different story. I like how Apple put in 128 gigs as the starting storage. I still want 256 gigs as the sweet spot. There is a faster USB-C port, which I'm going to have to try out. There is Final Cut Pro. So that's interesting to see Final Cut Pro support here on the iPad mini 7. And I might make a video on it. Let me know in the comments down below. Faster Wi-Fi, there's 6E. I wanted to go with cellular, but there's only eSIM support. So I'm not going to go with the cellular model right now. Hopefully if they come out with like an iPad mini Pro someday, maybe, I don't know. And then the camera, there's some upgraded Smart HDR4, so it's going to give you more detailed and vivid results. But that's really it. Everything else about it, it's a spec upgrade. It's a spec bump, and that's okay, I guess. I mean, the iPad mini 7 was a huge design change, and with the iPad mini 6 was, and with the iPad mini 7, I don't really think you need more of a design change. Make it, maybe put in a 120 hertz ProMotion OLED display and make a thicker chassis for a larger battery. Display, people complain about the thicker bezels, but I'm honestly for it. I'm completely fine. I use this as more for just casual entertainment, watching YouTube videos and social media, web browsing, and all that stuff. But I also do use it for the business. I use it as a kind of a stand while I'm recording my videos on YouTube, and I have my scripts and my notes on to the side with my iPad mini, and I kind of use that as my display. So I like it. I like the iPad mini 7. I like the new blue, light blue, super light baby blue color. Let me know in the comments down below of your thoughts of the iPad mini 7.